dry Phil Burns beer. It's brewed in the city, and it ain't bad.
Good to see you back safe, Deputy. What's the word on the mech factory? Were the mercenaries hiding out there? Well, don't get too used to killing. For a ranger, that's always a last resort. Did you find out why the First was taking over farms? What? Ron Hope? That's one hell of an accusation, Deputy.
Are you really that surprised? Hope's always had a reputation as a man who'd do anything to succeed.
He's on the damn council, Emma.
So he can make laws favorable to his business interests. Sure, he's known to look after his people, but do you really think he gives a damn about some farmers on Montara Luna?
Did Hope explain his motives at all? That has a familiar ring to it.
I recall hearing about some Hope Tech initiative to help farmers. At the time, I just figured it was a PR stunt. Seems a little more sinister now.
Please, tell me you've got some evidence to back up these extraordinary claims. All right, let's see what you've got. Interesting. Yeah, this is pretty damning. Especially this last bit about destroying the slate. And you confronted Hope about this? Damn. This is going to send shockwaves throughout the Freestar Collective. If the people can't trust their leaders, anarchy could follow.
Have a little faith, Daniel. We're not the United Colonies. One bad apple won't spoil the whole damn barrel.
Easy for you to say. You ain't the marshal.
Not yet, but you ain't gonna live forever, old man.
While we've got you here, there's one last piece of business to take care of. Emma, would you please?
With pleasure, Marshal. When you first joined us, I told you that you'd undergo an evaluation process. There's one thing left to do. A simple question. Do you feel ready to wear the badge of a full-fledged Freestar Ranger? Good. Duty and honor are the backbone of the Freestar Rangers. Marshal, I approve the deputy for advancement to the rank of Ranger.
Thank you, Ranger Wilcox. In your time serving as a deputy, you've shown exceptional courage, fearless tenacity, and a high regard for the safety of our citizens. By the authority granted to me by the Council of Governors, I hereby promote you to the rank of Ranger. Here's your badge. Wear it with pride. But don't forget the solemn responsibility it represents.
Well done.
Raring to go, aren't you? Well, you've earned it. Let's hear it for our new Ranger.
Woo! Way to go!
Great job, Ranger!
Now would be a good time to reprioritize what we bring with us and what we leave behind. Or sell. Or throw away, even.
Congratulations. The promotion's well earned. Excuse me.
Something you need from me? Keep up the good work.
Well, hey there.
Yes? Mm-hmm. Goodbye. What did you need? Indeed I do. All yours. Back to it then.
People say I need more. Has anyone ever told you you're the greatest explorer in the settled systems? Well, they should. That was a good talk. It'll be hard to top it, but you always manage.
Manaya Adams was looking for someone discreet for a job. Apparently, I don't qualify.
Hello there. Welcome to Ryujin Tower, the beating heart of Ryujin Industries. I'm Jupiter, the tower's secretary. Can I help you with something? The public can visit our Tayo, Tranquility, and drone sales offices upstairs. All are worth visiting. The tower also serves as Ryujin's corporate headquarters and is home to our research and development team, but unfortunately, those areas are restricted. We're the largest corporation in the Freestar Collective. We deal in everything from refreshments to starships. We're best known for our NeuroAmp technology. If you're curious about it, we have a selection on display at the Ryujin store near the back of the lobby. Is there anything else I can help you with? Wonderful. It's always nice to meet a potential coworker. Miss Salzo will be conducting your interview today. You'll find her office upstairs. You'll find Miss Salzo's office on the operations floor. Just take the elevator at the back of the lobby. And don't forget to check out the Ryujin Industries store in the back of the lobby before you leave. No visit to Ryujin Tower is complete without a look at our patented NeuroAmp technology, after all.
Submit your application now at the nearest kiosk.
That I am not far.
Welcome to Ryujin Industries. Can I help you? You must be one of the candidates that Imogene Salzo is interviewing today. Her office is down the hallway to my left. Take another left at the conference room, follow it around to the right and up a small flight of stairs. Then take a left and keep heading that way until you see her office. Sounds like a maze, right? So if you want me to walk you back there or have any questions, just let me know. And hopefully I have some answers. Between you and me, I think Imogene is about done with the whole process. You won't believe the people we've been getting. I heard the hiring algorithm Yuko made approved all applicants. And of course Yuko bailed when interview time hit. It's technically her job. And Imogene is furious. Imogene Salzo is my idol. She's ruthless, but still knows how to behave around everyday people, if you know what I mean. She's probably next in line to take over for Ularu Chen, head of operations here, which would be a godsend considering Chen has no filter and loves to speak her mind. No one loves brutal honesty that much. Oh wow, you're serious? Well, Ryujin is the tech industry leader in the settled systems, mostly known for NeuroAmps, which exploded on the scene about 15 years ago. Other than that, our products include operating systems, security, various quality of life improvements for the home. We're like a full package. If you really want more info, I'd recommend reading up at one of the kiosks. They've got this company's entire history listed. At least the history they want you to know. Good. Best not keep Imogene waiting too long. And the offer still stands if you need someone to show you the way. Great. Well, good luck then. I'm sure I'll see you on your way out.
What is it? You're interrupting me. Is this time accounted for?
What is it? I think I found something, but it's sensitive.
I doubt that. I check my schedule regularly, and this conversation was not on the budget. If time is money, then suffice to say Ms. Serrano would not be pleased with such a frivolous expenditure. Ms. Yuko Serrano? Senior Operations Specialist at Ryujin Industries? She's one of the heads of the department you're standing in. You may have a point. And since you clearly have bandwidth to spare, maybe you can help me clean up a, minor indiscretion. Contractually, yes, but I'd rather avoid the embarrassment. Normally, I do a good job of setting boundaries between work and life. This incident is an exception. I'm not at liberty to say. I will remind you of another common phrase: loose lips sink ships. So, be cautious around the office and discuss intel at your peril. We're each assigned shifts to assist operatives, ensuring coverage at all hours. Personally, I like to keep my circadian rhythms intact. Early to rise, early to bed, as nature intended. Good. Let me give you some background. Recently, I've been assisting the impoverished in both Ebbside and the Underbelly. I pay for the occasional meal, clinic visit, or comfort. But I may have lost a slate in the process. I need you to locate and retrieve it for me. It's not a matter of trust, but one of time. I have little to spare. You do not. Pre-assignment intel for one of our operatives. The contents themselves aren't too sensitive, so if you're thinking of betraying me, they aren't worth much as leverage. My sloppiness is simply an embarrassment that I'd like to correct. Then we have an agreement. Good. Go to the Underbelly and talk to the panhandler, Huang. Discarded items are her specialty, so she may have come across the slate herself. If you can manage to find it, bring it back to me, and I will pay you for the time. Perhaps I can best explain with an analogy. There is an aquatic species on Volai Epsilon, which, by cruel irony or test of metal, hatches on dry land. Only 1 in 10,000 make it to adulthood. Most are eaten, some simply die in the crawl to the ocean. Meanwhile, there is a similar species that is born in the water itself. They never make this journey and thus never know its hardship. Which begs the question, is that fair? In the natural world, I'd agree, but here, we can make a change. I know what you're thinking, and I am not what you'd call a bleeding heart. Moreover, I find the Underbelly filthy and unsanitary. But I also believe in equity. I am well aware that my life came with a head start, so I try my best to balance the equation and bring the hatchlings to the water. Think what you will, but I don't have to approve of the notion. But as much as I dislike the Underbelly, I will say this. It is a welcome change of pace. When you spend all day keeping secrets, a burden is placed on one's conscience. The time I spend volunteering sheds some of that weight. There's always work to be done.
I hope
Pace
you're more
yourself.
prepared than the last one.
Make it a fast one.
Have a seat. And your friend can wait outside. I'm sure they understand.
Make sure they understand that in the end, they need you more than you need them.
All right, just to get a few things straight here. I'm Imogen Salzo, Senior Operations Specialist here at Ryujin Industries. I don't normally do this, but my counterpart Yuko is indisposed at the moment, so here I am. We're looking for someone to fill an entry-level administrative position. Apparently our algorithm felt you were a decent match. So let's get this started. Why do you want to work for Ryujin Industries? An excellent question, but enthusiasm can only take you so far. We don't operate on passion alone here, we look for skill. Which brings me to my next question. Why do you consider yourself qualified for a job like this? Ah, negotiation. Now there's a true corporate skill, and one that can take you further than most. How motivated are you to succeed? Here at Ryujin, that's completely up to you. It's not unheard of for someone like you to reach an executive-level position. Plus, we're pretty good at finding any untapped potential, so if there's a role we know you'll excel at, we'll find it. And finally, my last question. If you worked here for 5 years, what role would you see yourself in? Those negotiation skills are a pretty good advantage, but it's going to take a lot more to reach the top around here. So look, since there's a million other things I'd rather be doing than this, not to mention that this isn't even my job, you're hired. On a probationary period, of course. First order. There's a meeting starting soon, and I need you to pick up the coffee order at Terra Brew. Fairly easy, so you shouldn't be able to screw it up. If there's a line, skip it. Tell them you're here for Imogen Salzo, and you should get served right away.
Your investigation with the Freestar Rangers has come to an end. Are you satisfied with the results? I suppose not. This Ron Hope, supposedly a man of the people, was more concerned with profit than lives. He was not the first, and certainly will not be the last. Surprised? No. Just disappointed. Another who chose greed over all else. At least he will no longer be able to prey on others. I am unsure that death was preferable to justice. But at least the situation is over, and there is no question who was to blame. Fair enough. I will certainly not miss him. And now you can consider yourself a ranger in full. I agree. Though perhaps you should not share that sentiment with them. True as it may be, it does not sound very humble. Shall we find some other adventure to occupy us now? Truly amazing.
Each of our baristas undergoes enhanced training.
Hello.
Sure you receive
Hey, there's a line here.
anywhere in the galaxy. Terra Brew. Enjoy a cup. Right now.
I should have ordered ahead.
Never fails. Always a line when I'm running late.
Is it silly I feel pressure ordering for others?
Morning, noon, or night.
Hello, and welcome to Terra Brew. How may I serve? Hi there. Welcome to Terra Brew. How can I help you? Oh, the Ryujin order. You must be new. What happened to Tomo? Did he finally get that promotion?
I got fired is what happened. And this is the soulless suit they got to replace me.
Tomo, I'm sorry. I know how hard you were working for that promotion.
4 years behind a desk, getting coffee, kissing up to that high and mighty Ularu Chen, just to get replaced by this nobody? Like, who knows? I looked at someone wrong. The coffee wasn't hot. They didn't even have the decency to tell me. They just had security escort me out of the building, like some criminal. You don't even know your own boss's boss? Ularu is Ryujin's head of operations, or resident shark, if you ask me. If she smells blood in the water, you're dead. Yeah, I bet you are. No one's ever sorry in this business. And now that I've been terminated, it's only a matter of time before they send you after me. So I'm taking matters into my own hands. Believe me, it's either you or me.
I believe you have grossly misunderstood the situation. If you put the gun down, perhaps we can come to an understanding.
You don't just get to learn all the ins and outs of Ryujin operations and then just walk away. Even worse, I got fired! They don't let that kind of knowledge run around in the head of disgruntled employees. It's just a matter of time before they send you after me. So I'm taking matters into my own hands. You want to talk? I'll tell you what. You get one chance to prove you deserve this job. Change my mind, and I'll walk away. Fail, and I think you know where this is headed. Do I look like I care about what you want? I suppose the timing could just be a coincidence. Look, at some point, Ularu really will send you after me. Just promise me you'll remember this. That when I came after you, I gave you the chance to talk me down. Let's just say, Ryujin doesn't like loose ends. Chen fired me, and now she's gonna see me as a liability. And that's why it's just a matter of time before our paths cross again. Okay, and when they do, I'm just hoping you'll listen to me, like I listen to you. You're either one of the few good people in Neon, or you already know a thing or two about leverage. Just don't make me regret this.
If that time does come, I expect you to keep your word.
Enjoy a cup, right now.
Hey, no worries on anyone calling security here. Take it from me, Ryujin will handle any drama that may come from this. You'll want to be sure to report it to them. Ryujin has connections everywhere. Even Benjamin Bayou. You know, the very man that runs Neon. They're practically untouchable around here. Just getting in with them, you're setting yourself up for life. Well, provided you don't get fired first, of course. Tomo had been Ryujin's errand boy for some time now. Lots of ambition. Dying to get up that food chain, if you know what I mean. He always seemed really nice, so a stunt like that? I never saw it coming. Yes, of course. Here it is. Oh, and please let Mr. Cho know that we did have the recommended maintenance done. I triple-checked the grind myself, and a mistake like that will never happen again.
Enjoy one of our distinct coffee flavors, all brewed using the secret techniques of ancient herbs. Each of our baristas undergoes enhanced training to ensure you receive the best coffee. Terra Brew, enjoy a cup.
Housing here is so expensive. Pretty soon I'm gonna have to live in a crate. Hey, if you hear about any entry-level job openings, let me know. I've been trying to find an office job, but all of them require like 5 years of experience. Kelt Corp and Stroud, but I haven't heard back, and that's threatening to cut off the cred spigot. I know, but I just wish they'd tell me so I don't have to deal with the anxiety anymore. Well, I went to school for business, but it's not like I remember any of it. In my last interview, the recruiter asked me what I thought about Keynesian economics. I asked her, which planet is Keynesian on again? And she just looked at me and cringed. I don't blame her. To be honest, I don't really know what I want. I just know that if I don't find something soon, my parents won't just disown me. They'll have me stripped for parts. Back to the job.
Brewed using the secret techniques of...
sorry.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. That'd be extremely helpful. I honestly don't know what to say. Yes, of course. On behalf of Rosa and I, thank you. Just be careful when you're dealing with Sigurd. He can be surprisingly unreasonable when he's cornered. The first time I brought up the subject, we got into a huge argument. Sigurd said he had every intention of paying Neon security and that it was final. After that, I tried to speak to him a few times, but he's always been too busy to spend the time to sit down and have a decent conversation. It's obvious he has no intentions of talking to me anymore. I honestly don't know what I did to make him so angry with me.
I have some excellent weapons on sale today. Hey, thanks for stopping by. The name's Ken. Let me know if you have any questions. I know these weapons like the back of my hand. I can't say I'm surprised. You have the look of someone with a steady hand and a good eye. If you've never tried an Arboron firearm, I highly recommend them. They fire more smoothly than Laredo weapons, and they're not as bulky as Combatex models. You can't go wrong. What brings you to Ryujin Tower today? If I were you, I'd start with the Ryujin store. They have neuroamps on display there. They're pretty neat little machines if you like that kind of thing. Don't be so surprised. Ryujin Tower's got a little of everything. Besides, here at Arboron, our goal is to provide safety and protection for our customers. That's why we're the only brand to carry our very own non-lethal weapons, the Nova line. Of course, the Nova series uses an electrically charged ammunition that can effectively stun a humanoid target. It's not so useful when it comes to critters, but if you need to buy some time or get someone off your back, they'll do the trick. Well, I'd better be. I'm a Freestar Navy vet. Firearm expertise comes with the territory. I saw more than my share of action with a gun in my hand. Those days are behind me, though. Now I prefer to stay behind the counter and let other people do the gunslinging. Absolutely. We're open for business.
I hope that coffee is still hot considering the time it took you to get it. You either need to learn this city or how to deal with distractions. So, what was the holdup? Wrong answer. I know that Tomo Higashi, an ex-employee of ours, accosted you at the Terra Brew, and before you get any ideas, no, the barista didn't sell you out. Ryujin has enough connections in Neon that an incident like this would never slip by. Deception aside, some of us are impressed by how you handled the situation and would like to try you out in a different role at the company. And since Yuko isn't here to object, your new position starts right now. So, congratulations, you've been promoted. Not bad for your first day, right?
You were right to talk the situation through, rather than letting it escalate.
No more coffee errands, but depending on how you look at it, the word errands technically still applies. Of course, we believe in risk versus reward here. I'm promoting you to Junior Operative. The position is a bit more complicated and completely confidential. Your main duty is to add influence when necessary to ensure success of the business. Any questions so far? Well, it depends on the job, really. If someone can't be persuaded with words, perhaps a more forceful approach is necessary. You're basically removing obstacles from the equation. In any case where a threat to success is established, one of us is sent out to create a more desired outcome. This may be through a conversation or presenting some new information. It's all very situational, as you'll soon see. Like any good corporation, we consider what we do here to be a trade secret. If others knew and could mimic our actions, it would take away our edge. Really? Well, this transition may be easier than I thought. Now, let's get that coffee delivered. I'll gladly take mine. And since Yuko's still a no-show, feel free to keep hers. The other recipients are eagerly waiting for you in the conference room.
Just what I needed. Imogene said she hired someone new. I'm Genevieve, head of marketing and public relations. Yeah, me and an entire department at my back. Anyway, it's good to put a face to the new operative. The only question now is how much work are you going to be? Cleanup, of course. Journalists are pretty quick at putting two and two together. And I get the pleasure of making sure those connections are never made. Or, if they are, handling the fallout. A few slip-ups are to be expected. Just know that one screw-up for you means a lot of overtime and sleepless nights for me and my team. So, any precautions you can take will be greatly appreciated.
Ah, coffee. You'd think we'd want to support our own subsidiary and get tranquility more often, but Terra Brew it is. For the past 5 years, Tranquility is a recent acquisition and we've only just begun to develop the brand. You may have seen how several vendors carry the product now. Yes, the profit margins are vastly different at this point in time. It's more the principle of the matter. Tea talk aside, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lyndon Calderi, Chief Financial Officer. I'll be the one deducting expenses from your pay every time you manage to screw up, which hopefully won't be often. Yes, mistakes are often costly and involve substantial cleanup, both literally and figuratively. Law enforcement, witnesses, evidence, everything has its cost. We'll see. We've yet to have an operative with a perfect record. This introduction was not annoying. I hope our future encounters are as productive.